If you're learning how to tattoo, or if you're just curious about the tools that tattoo artists use while you're getting one, then this video is for you, because today I'll be talking about how I set up my tattoo station and why I use the tools that I do. Hi, I'm Chihiro. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe. The first thing that I always do is wash my hands. Hygiene is the most important thing when it comes to tattooing, so before, during, and after, you have to make sure that you're always being clean. After washing my hands, I'm gonna wrap my station with plastic foil to make sure that everything is sterile. Now we use something called green soap to clean the skin during the tattoo, and the ratio I use is around 10% of green soap and the rest with distilled water. The green soap bottle I'm also going to wrap with plastic so that it's easier to clean up afterwards. Next, I'll be putting down a layer of dental dam. Usually this is what it looks like, but I find it a bit too big, so I like to cut it in half. Dental dams are very useful to soak up any liquid or ink that might be spilled during the tattoo. It also helps that your ink cap can stay stuck onto the station and not move around too much. Here you see me putting a few items on the station, such as Vaseline, a wooden stick that's also sterile, and grip tape. I always use a Sharpie when I'm making the tattoo stencil to mark exactly where I want it to be. After that, I'm going to be preparing the paper towels, and I like to make sure that the surface that I make them on is clean, of course, and then I like to put it in double layers. So I roll out 2 at a time, and at the end I rip it off so that it's much faster than doing everything one at a time. After I'm done with the paper towels, I'm going to prepare my tattoo machine. Now I like to use a bottle bag to prepare the tip of the machine where the cartridge goes and wrap it with grip tape so it's nice and tight. This ensures that nothing will go inside the machine itself, but of course if it does, you can always clean it afterwards. Now for the top of the machine, I just like to put a little bit of plastic foil around it so that I can still see what voltage I'm on and how much battery I have as well. If you have any excess plastic, you can always cut it off. So next I'll be preparing my needles on the station. I usually like to use quadron needles. Once I've got the basics down, I'm going to start putting my ink caps on the station. I usually like to put Vaseline on the back of the caps. You can cut out how many you will need during the tattoo. I usually count this with the colors and the black inks that I will be using. Now I'll be pouring some of the inks that I'll be using. Here, for example, is some liner ink along with some gray wash. I always like to double wrap the napkin and also use gloves because it can get messy, as you can see here. For every tattoo, I also like to use distilled water to clean my needles. If I'm going to be doing a color tattoo, then I like to use my ink mixer. It comes with a disposable tip and it makes the perfect color that you need. So here is the final setup for my tattoo station. This is the basic one I use every time, and if you have any other questions, let me know in the comments. I hope you like this video, and I'll see you next week. Bye!